What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. CLT Aviation 13 here with the first airport update for my Fort Lauderdale International Airport. Very excited for this update. I've been kind of waiting for one of my last lingering Spirit A321s to arrive, but I was getting a little impatient on that. I had another plane ordered with it. That's the reason it shipped later at a later date, was because it was the Delta Sky Team 737-800, which will probably be delivered within probably today or tomorrow, honestly. But great weather in Charlotte, as you can see, so there's no point of wasting time. I was in Pittsburgh this past weekend, so that's why I did not make any videos. So let's get into things. Since this is the first video, I do want to kind of explain Fort Lauderdale's airport the way I have it set up. So it's pretty simple. This is basically what you're looking at right now is going to be representative of Terminal 4 and Terminal 3. This house is the international terminal, which is basically the G concourse. And then you got where the JetBlue parks as well in Terminal 3. So it includes all the airlines, like all the international airlines, JetBlue, Spirit, American, and all the other little things that might park there as well. You might have noticed there is an Emirates 777. I do want to make a quick note that this video is basically just going to be representative of a mesh of flights going on in 2020 and stuff from last year. So this will technically be the first and last time that you'll see Emirates, considering they will be not returning to Fort Lauderdale unless something changes in the future. So as we go forward, you won't see that again unless they actually come back for real. For this one, I just want to have fun with all the Spirits, the old 319 libraries, current stuff, and new stuff. Now I'll take you to the next section. This will basically be Terminal 2, which is where Delta is, right where Snoopy's sitting. So yeah, not really filled up. I don't have all the Air Canadas and stuff. But I didn't want to keep waiting to make these videos and not have certain planes, because it's just that's just a waste of time in my opinion. But this is basically Terminal 3, or sorry, Terminal 2 is what I said. And then moving on to the next one, this is Terminal 1, which has Southwest, United. I think Silver Park's here as well. I have them scattered across the airport today. But that's that. So that's the quick little rundown of what to expect in the future videos. If you're kind of wondering why I have certain planes parked in certain spots, that's the reason. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get things started here. We got the retro JetBlue A320 making a flight to Jacksonville, Florida. And then the Swoop 737-800 with service to Winnipeg. And then here's one of the Silver Airways. This guy's going to make a flight to Pensacola. And then we got a Southwest 737-800 with a flight to Las Vegas. Alaska Airlines 737-800. This guy's going to make a flight to Seattle. And then American Airlines A321 with service to Philadelphia. And then I'm just going to get a quick view for you guys real quick of this section. We'll get to it at the end of the video, I think, depending on how I get around the airport today. But we'll probably save that for last. We'll head over to a Southwest 737-800 Canyon Blue with service to Pittsburgh. And I will get this JetBlue A320 Blueberries just pushed back, or taxiing to the active runway. And he's going to make a flight to have this guy go to Newark. And we got an arriving JetBlue A320. This is the Tartan tail coming in from New Orleans. And then taking a look at the Delta terminal, or where the majority of the Delta planes are, obviously. So we'll start with the 717, which is coming in from, or going to Cincinnati. And then a Delta 767-300 with service to Fort Lauderdale, oh my goodness, service to Atlanta. This is the old 753 non-winglet version with service to Minneapolis. I just want to put that in the video. I don't have the current gen with the winglets, but this one still looks good enough, and I need a Minneapolis flight, and that's the perfect plane for MSP. And then here's a 752 with service to have this guy go to Detroit, and then a 320 with service to Boston. And then going to the Southwest section, it's been really nice kind of building up my Southwest fleet. They're very useful to me. I actually really do appreciate Southwest. They're doing a lot of great things in Charlotte. I'm not going to go into full details of that, but they've been adding a lot of routes lately, and I'm very pleased with their efforts here to keep it short. But it's been nice adding them to the fleet. Probably one of my favorite airlines to collect just because of the special libraries they have. We'll start with a 737-700, which is also going to make a flight to Raleigh, and then a 737-800 with service to Columbus. And then the good old Florida one. I don't think they currently operate the flight anymore, but I know at some point they were doing Jacksonville, Fort Lauderdale. And again, I said this is a mesh of just a couple years. So since it's Florida, I'm going to have this go to Jacksonville, my old hometown, so with service to Jacksonville, Florida. And then Southwest 737-800 with service to Chicago Midway. and then the United 737-800 to Houston, and then the Star Alliance 737-800 to Newark. All right, guys, we're going to start with the next section of this airport update for Fort Lauderdale. This is basically the RON area, which is remain overnight aircraft, where they park. Fort Lauderdale is pretty interesting because they have a lot of flights that actually sit here. They'll come in early in the morning. There'll be a lot of Azul flights that come in the morning. They'll sit here for a while, they'll leave like late at night. So this is kind of what I'm representing here. Emirates also parks here quite a bit when they have their actual flight schedule. So just, for all intents and purposes, this is just the Azul A330-900neo, just kind of sitting here for a while, and it'll depart later in the evening. And then we got a big hefty section to get into. I'm going to start with the right side where the Spirit A321 is on the right side. This one is heading to Atlanta, getting loaded up, looking nice. Really pleased with these 321s. Not going to go into a big old discussion about it, but I think they did a really good job on this. I'm just excited to see how the Gemini Jet 1 Spirit is. I did order one of them just to see how it is. So should be getting here sometime very, very soon. We'll head to the next Spirit. Have this A321. We'll have this guy go to San Juan, looking nice with that sunlight. And then we have a Silver Airways ATR vacating the runway after a flight from Key West. And we got two JetBlue A321s. Both of these are going to act as mint flights. So the first one's going to go to Los Angeles, and then the next one is heading to San Francisco. And we have the Blueprint Embraer 190 taxiing over to an available gate after coming in from Nassau. And then this is kind of custom fitted for my Fort Lauderdale setup. This is where the American Airlines planes park. Looking nice. So the first one, we're gonna have the 737-800 just coming in from Charlotte. And then we got the A321 with service to Phoenix. Then we got another 737, and this guy's going to Charlotte as well. And last but not least, this American 737 is heading to Chicago. So looking really nice. I was actually thinking about putting another one, kind of making this gate 2 gates, but I think I kind of ran out of these little, outlines or whatever you want to call them. And I didn't want to copy and make more, so. Let's go over to the big hefty side. I'm going to start at the JetBlue 320 high rise over here, and we'll save Emirates for last just because it's going to be the last time, so we'll give a little special touch for it. So here's the high rise A320 JetBlue with service to Detroit. Now, again, this isn't an active route, but this was served sometime in the last few years, so we'll have that guy go to Detroit. And then we have the NYPD plane pushing back, and this guy's going to make a flight over to Hartford. And then another JetBlue Embraer 190. Have this guy go outbound to Nassau. And then Blue Rica, looking really nice. Just to keep it fitting, we'll have it go somewhere in the Caribbean just because it's pretty colors. It originally is the Puerto Rican livery in a nutshell, but have this guy go to St. Martin. Then A321 Prism with service to New York John F. Kennedy. And starting with the Spirit run. So here's the A320 Sharklet with service to Minneapolis. And then we got the Crayon Colors A319. It's going to make a flight to Latrobe. And then we have a Spirit A321 pushing back with service to Charlotte. And then the Digital A319 is going to make a flight to Myrtle Beach. And the last Spirit A321 on this area is heading to Philadelphia. And last but not least, like I mentioned, the Emirates 777 is going to be included today. Just because I kind of feel bad making a Fort Lauderdale video because I've had this plane for so many years. Originally when Emirates started service to Boston back in the day, when that was a new route, it started with the 777LR, and I've had this plane for ages, it feels like. So this, up until the end, this was served as this aircraft that you're seeing right now. So I thought just be kind of fun to include this in the first and I guess last video for Fort Lauderdale, that you would see this unless they do return, not to confuse everyone. But last I checked, they are ending their service due to the pandemic going on. Maybe we'll see it someday in the future. It was my understanding it wasn't a really good performing route. It was just did good enough to keep it around. So yeah, it's gonna be sad to see this one go, especially when I do this setup again for future videos. But anyways, Emirates 777 with service to Dubai. And that'll probably wrap things up here. Just get a couple views here. Really nice airport. Probably, honestly, one of my favorite setups More so because of all the variety of colors. I mean, I'm just looking at a bunch of colors right here. I'm seeing a lot of Spirits, JetBlue. They obviously have a lot of paint schemes. The Southwest livery is very popping. Silver Airways ATRs are really nice. It's just a very vibrant airport, I should say. So I'm looking forward to having it on the channel in the future. And as things develop for the airport, hopefully it's positive. Route wise, it seems to be anything Florida is always good. So looking forward to it in the future. And I hope you guys enjoyed the first Fort Lauderdale Airport update, and I will see you guys in a future video. Take care.